Good morning. It's Wednesday Words again with Cindy Curtis. It's so nice to be here. I'm filming inside today because as if you're in the Southeast, you are getting ready for snow. And since I'm broadcasting this tomorrow, but filming it today, the snow will be here. So it is so cold here. I don't ever remember it being this cold. So I'm inside and you can see how dreary it looks out the window. However, we're still going to have some positivity in the day. I appreciate everyone who's taken the time to complete my survey. I'm learning some interesting things. One of the ways that you have said you're struggling is to grow your faith. So I'm going to plan a Wednesday Words soon that will address that. Even though I try to throw that a little bit of that in each week, I'm going to dedicate one just to that. So thank you for that. And if you haven't filled the survey out yet, I'm going to send it one more time. I'd like to have 25 to 30 responses, I think would be a good number. I've got about half that now. So I promise it only takes 5 minutes and it's just a bunch of random questions. You don't even have to put your name to it, but it does ask you to put your email, which I already have. So please take a minute and do that if you can. What I want you to think about is what makes you hesitate to do something and what makes you really eager to do something, because I think both of those things can be very telling. I was hesitating to do a few things. I felt like in my growing up years, I was the person who fixed everything, and that was really ingrained in me. In fact, that can be a good quality for a teacher, especially, which is what I was for most of my career. However, I've realized that it can also keep other people from being able to participate in things. It can keep them from stepping up because if they're with you, they know you're going to step up. So why should they even try? And I think of all the people that I probably pushed out the way in my eagerness to fix something and did it myself instead of letting them help me. And, I'm sorry for that. I really am. I have a little bit of regret about that. So I'm trying to really listen better and think, is this my business? Is this something that I am supposed to do? Or is it my compulsion to fix things that is rearing its head? And can I stop? So I'm going to give you something I've learned and have been practicing all week. Listen twice, speak once. That is very hard for me to do, but I've been trying it and it's beautiful. Listen twice and speak once. And another thing that I've really looked at too is when I hesitate to do something, I have a lot of excuses. Some of them are very valid, but they're still excuses. So I thought about that. What little small thing could I do? In other words, you can't walk through a door if you have not opened it. So I have to open the door. If that's all I can do today is open the door, and if I'm not ready to walk through it or go into the room, I've made a start. And so I'm going to give you that tidbit too. You may not be ready to go all in yet, but can you open the door? And I'm going to also tell you that take your time. If you need more time, take it. I don't say procrastinate, but I think rushing is only for emergency room catastrophes. You shouldn't really rush through anything that you are trying for the first time, that you're trying for a new beginning, because that is not going to accomplish what you need to do to find the peace that you're trying to find. So take your time. And every time that I send you an email, I always have sort of my little slogan of your words matter and you matter. And I want to remind you of that in the video today, because your words do matter. Not just what you say to other people, but probably even more importantly, what do you say to yourself? I think we all have that negative voice in our head that tries to knock us down. You don't have to listen to that negative voice. And you don't have to speak to yourself in that harsh manner. If you can open the door to change that just a little bit, of instead of saying, all those negative things or listening to that negative thing in your head, tell that negative voice to be quiet. And that, yes, you can try something new. And yes, you can do something different. And yes, you can open the door. Because you do matter. You matter more than you think. One small smile that you smiled yesterday at a complete stranger may have turned their whole day around. There's so much that we don't know that we begin, sort of like that butterfly syndrome, that one little butterfly in there, or the air and the wind coming from that butterfly's wings. We are like that. We never know who we might have helped by one simple, small thing. So don't forget that. You matter. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with today is try to live close to God. He is already close to you. If you're feeling like, Cindy, please, I haven't felt close to God in years, it's not God's fault. All you have to do is take that door and say, God, here I am, and come back and listen twice and speak once. I hope you have a great week.